I get so in my head about filming on camera, and you know how sometimes you can kind of shut out the insecurities? That maybe it's just me, but sometimes I feel like I can shut out the insecurities I have and put them out of my mind, or at least like growing up, I would look in the mirror and be like, oh shit, you know, I'm not looking fly the way I thought I was. But I could kind of like let that go and almost like fool myself into being like, no, I'm so like hot and beautiful. And you know, I don't think I was fooling myself, because part of me was like, deep down I know that like that girl's in there. We're headed to work now, and I'm just in a Uniqlo t-shirt, Uniqlo blazer, Everlane jeans, some socks that I got from a Korean market. My pants look a little flooded, and some loafers from Todd's, and you know, the earrings, keeping it nice and simple. Can you see that? And just have some accessories on the hands. Can't really see, but yeah, that's it. But number one, do you consent to be on camera?
Yes.
Okay. What's your one piece of advice for young Black professionals trying to make it in journalism?
Wow.
It doesn't need to be super deep, just like you know, one thing to carry with you.
Focus on the work. Don't get caught on stuff with the periphery. Focus on the job. Because the only thing you can do, Ken Chenault said, the only thing you have control over is your performance. Like if you focus on the work, then everything else will take care of itself. And eventually, and as I was saying, eventually it'll come around. If not in the job you're at, then somewhere else. Because whatever experience you have, it can't take it away from you.
So I had a good day today, but still like a melancholic journey back home. Sometimes I get like amazing support and advice and tips and things like that, and it's still like, it feels so good and I'm so grateful, and then I get sad that I even like need all of the support in the first place. My outfit makes no sense today. Just saying. That day I went to a Louis Vuitton Yayoi Kusama press preview, which was really exciting as an assistant editor who gets some cool invitations, but usually not that big. So it was a cool moment, but I felt a bit awkward. There wasn't a lot of time before I had to get back to work, so I didn't really talk to anybody. I just looked around and then retreated to a Starbucks Reserve nearby in Chelsea. And then the next day I worked from home and was knee-deep in our next issues. I just had my first interview ever. I think that was my first interview ever, like first time really reporting for the Wall Street Journal. I'll have another one in a few minutes, and it's exciting, you know, I try not to over-prepare. Are you ever new to something? And because you're new to it, you think that you need like hours and hours and hours of time to prepare, but that in turn like makes things harder, and it actually makes it more overwhelming than it even needs to be. I tend to do that a lot, and so I'm trying to not do that. Just trying to enjoy having conversations and learning and taking it from that perspective. I don't know. Let's do it. Don't want to get dry mouth during the interview, okay? And then it was the weekend, which honestly I've been trying to do more during the weekend and not just work constantly. So I did some tarot and I pulled abundant cards, but I was feeling pretty lonely. So I went down the street and visited my cat, Little Booty. Her name is Corvallis, and that really helped. And I went to the grocery store for the first time in what had to have been months and got some nice nourishing things. And set in for a wholesome night at home. I spent so much time putting all my groceries over here because I thought, you know, like there's no other spot for me to do like a cute grocery haul, whatever, without a tripod. But now I'm just thinking it's all like so staged and weird. But basically the essentials are just this. It's like, this is one of those treat yourself things that's just like, oh, thank you, Kyoko, for showing up a little bit. Let me show you how much I care about you, Kyoko, by justifying a $3. Oh, God. I've reached out to one different, oh my God. These are like the first sentences I'm speaking this morning, so bear with me. I reached out to one more dermatologist because the person I reached out to never replied to me, and I just need one more interview. And this story is for the current issue, and I need to pound out a draft today, so I'm a little like frantic. Just coming to terms with the late fees from ignoring a couple like travel expenses from work, and it was like an all expenses paid thing for work, and since I ignored those expenses for so long, it's not anymore, and I need to break this habit pretty much. So we have a run through tomorrow, and I have to go make sure that all of our samples are checked in and on the racks and ready to go. I think there's going to be a lot for me to bring upstairs and unpack and do that whole rigmarole. So I'm gonna go do that now. Make sure we're ready for the run through. I don't really want to go home, but that's also like the only thing I really want to do. I don't know, I guess I'll wander. It's a long line. I have so much imposter syndrome when it comes to writing, but honestly, the way that I'm gonna keep myself from spiraling is by literally pretending like it's a homework assignment, which is maybe a little bit insane and would probably rub some people the wrong way, but it's the only way that I'm gonna detach and not feel so much pressure, because gotta do what you have to do, right? I think it's important to do gratitude checks along the way and be like, wow, you know, you're really doing this thing right now. You're really doing blank right now, and that's really amazing. And it's also important to scale it back and not get so wrapped up in, wow, you know, it's amazing that I'm even doing this, because that's how you end up like crumbling under the pressure. Or at least, like, for me, if I start getting wrapped up in like, wow, it's so amazing that I'm doing this and blah 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 and all, it's just like, when I get caught up in like the accomplishments and the names and the titles and the all of that, I just like bring it back to what I really want to do, which is to help people, to provide an actual service to people, to give a voice to more people like me. And all of that sounds really high pressure too, but really, like, when I make the focus about other people and not about what I'm doing, the pressure will melt away. It melts away at least a little bit. It's Wednesday, and I didn't really film anything yesterday. I got up at like 5 a.m. just to meditate and do yoga and write because, yeah, sometimes I just, yeah, I don't know. I'm a little like stressed and tired, and we have a photo shoot this morning, and I have edits due, and yeah. It's another new day. I'm closing out the vlog here. It's a few days later, no, it's like a week later, and something really exciting happened. My sidebar that I was reporting for ended up getting broken off into its own story online. I'm gonna close it out here. Thank you to anybody who made it this far, and I think I'm gonna vlog some Fashion Week things that are coming up, so yeah.
All over here, let's get some rest. A big day ahead of us. Your stage work lacks depth.